Well, we're bang in the 1990s now on the Pride of Ownership here, sponsored by Peter James Insurance, in the grounds of the British Motor Museum for the MG Centenary, and I found an MGR V8, and it is in this beautiful Nightfire Red from 1992, one of the 2,000 of the MGR V8s made. Of course, many of them were exported to the main market for this car, Japan. This was one of them, and the owner is with me here, Lee Rose. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
This is looking beautiful in the sunshine, isn't it?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a great car in a beautiful condition, and when the sun's out, it looks absolutely awesome. But it's a great car. I love it. Great to own, great to drive. Lovely V8. That rumble. People say to me, "Why have you got a stereo in the car when you've got a V8 engine?" But no, it's a joy to own and a pleasure to own as well.
Well, of course, underneath the bonnet there's that lovely Rover V8 3.9 litre. I bet you never go through a tunnel without revving it a little bit.
Oh, well, yeah, it would be criminal if you went through a tunnel and you didn't rev it. But yeah, it sounds fantastic. I came up from Kent today, and the sound all the way up was fantastic. 2 hours of V8 sound, and it's better than any stereo or hi-fi in that car. It's great.
Well, of course, what makes the Pride of Ownership competition here with Peter James Insurance different from Concours is it's all about the ownership experience. So what have been some of your highlights in your time with this car?
Well, the highlight is just having this car, to be honest. I mean, the gentleman owned it before me. He was an historian for the V8 register of the MG Car Club, so it came with a lot of history, and I've not actually done too much to the car myself. It's not changed over my ownership for 4 years, but I've had some fun times. I love driving when the days like this, when the sun's out. Everywhere I go, people stop and talk to me about it. It's a magnet, but it puts the smile back on driving. Driving a car like this, it's great. It's an awesome car to own. I absolutely love this car, and it's staying with me. It's a keeper.
Lovely. It's got everything, hasn't it? It's got those classic sort of MGB-ish looks, but you've got the muscle of that 3.9 V8.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the perfect package.
Absolutely, but there's only actually 5% of the original MGB in there. They nick lots of other bits. It's quite an interesting story how the car came around. Yeah. But you're right. It's a great British handmade sports car, and that is going to put a smile on anybody's face who owns one of these. And if people are thinking of getting one, then they won't regret it. It's a great car to own and drive.
And of course, I mentioned it was one of the cars that went out to Japan, which is the big market for these, and then it must have come back at some stage. So how did it find its way back to the UK?
Okay, what happened? The gentleman that I purchased the car from, he originally went to the British Motor Show to buy one. He was going to put a deposit down, but when they told him the price, he balked. He said, "No way, I'm going to pay that." So he waited until this one came back from Japan. It went in March '95, came back in '98, and then he purchased it.
The great thing about being in Japan for all those years is there's no rust on them when they come back.
Absolutely, no rust. They normally got low mileage, which this one had when it came back. It had done about 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
So it came back with low mileage. And you're right. I mean, the way these were produced and hand built as well, I believe they were dipped. So I've seen this one up on a ramp and been underneath it. There's absolutely no rust. It's as clean underneath it as you see on the top.
Lovely. Well, lots of preparation I know goes into these competitions. What have you been doing to the car to get it ready for today?
To be honest, I did a little bit of, when I got it out today, it was a little bit dusty, so a little bit of detailer, and I cleaned the wheels last night, the alloys, they were a bit brake dust, but apart from that, I haven't done too much to it.
Well, it looks great. Lee,
thank you.
All the best of luck for later on when the results are announced.
Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.